Here we have the mixers. We changed their designs because this design we think it is better, and also it can save some space. And on the right, we have the water phase and the oil phase of the vacuum mixer. The vacuum mixer is on the left. The first one is vacuum mixer, and the second one on the left is the Homogenizer Mixer, which is the one without vacuum. And let's show you the pipes of the water phase and oil phase first. And let's check from their back. This pipe is the steam inlet pipe for both tanks. And so after you receive the machine, you have to connect your steam inlet to this pipe, and this pipe will supply the steam to the two tanks, the water and oil phase. And we will wrap this pipe with some protecting material, some insulation material, because when the steam is passing through the pipe becomes very hot. So we will have some insulation material to protect the water. And here, this one is the pure water inlet. We have installed two water inlet pipes for this whole system. One is pure water pipe, another is tap water pipe. You can use them as you can use the pure water pipe to supply pure water for the 4 tanks, and then use the tap water pipe to supply tap water for the 4 tanks of cleaning. The tap water pipe is here. This is the tap water pipe. I will explain to you more about this pipe later, because it is also connecting to the vacuum system. So go back to the pure water pipe. So it's just for pure water supply and nothing else. So this one, each water tank and oil tank, they have a pipe like this with a trap valve, a trap outlet, and this 4 valve. And the other tank it also has the same pipe. And they are for the steam condensate water outlet. When the machine is working, when it is heating, the steam inside creates condensate water. And this condensate water, when the machine is working, they will be released or discharged directly from its bottom, and then go through here, and then pass through this trap valve, and then go to here, and then go down to this total drain water pipe. This is the wastewater pipe for the 2 tanks. So you might wonder, why would you need this one if the condensate water will go like this? And this one is so first of all, let me tell you more about this trap valve. The trap valve generally they are using to release condensate water, but meanwhile steam won't pass through. So we can so when we are discharging the condensate water, we can make sure steam won't leak from here. And during this steam heating process, you have to close this valve. And only when you just started the steam process at the beginning, you need to open this valve to have some steam come out from here, because steam won't pass through this valve. So you have to use this one. The reason is we can use the steam to discharge some remaining water in the pipe and also in the jacket of the tank. This is the fastest way. Usually, we will turn on this valve for a few minutes and then close it. After that, we can start to do the heating properly. So, for the water tank, we also have the same valve. It's the same. And also, they both have this wastewater pipe here. These 2 pipes, they are using to discharge the wastewater after you clean the 2 tanks. And also you can see all the pipes will have a good numbers, and also the frame here, they all have numbers. So after you receive the machine, all you have to do is to connect each pipe and also each part of the machine according to the number that we mark. And also I made you a 3D video already which will show you exactly how to connect the machine, how to install them. And all these parts with number, we will disassemble them, like from here. And 4P means platform 4, and this one, this is for platform 3. And anyway, you just connect them according to this number. So that will be all for the pipe of the water and oil tank. And now let's go to the main tank. And these two, they are main tank. And this one is the vacuum emulsifying mixer. And this is the homogenizer mixer. And here we have the headwater inlet. When the machine is working, especially when the vacuum mixer is working, you have to make sure this pipe is connecting with water sources, and the water sources is open. Because when the homogenizer and the auto vacuum system is working, they require water. Let's go to see the vacuum pump. You can see the vacuum pump here is connecting to this valve. So, and also the homogenizer has some pipes here, transparent pipe, and connecting also to this valve, electronic solenoid valve. And when they're working, they will get water from this water pipe. If there's no water inside the pipe, they won't work. The homogenizer won't work. The vacuum pump, it will work, but it won't work for long. It will get damaged if it's running without water. So this is very important. Always make sure that headwater pipe has water inside before you use the machine. And also, this is the same, the steam inlet pipe, as same as the water phase and oil phase. This inlet is connecting to main tank 2 and the main tank 1. So connect steam just like water phase and oil phase. And also these two machines, these two main tanks, the discharge valve, we are using pneumatic automatic discharge valve. So you have to make sure after you receive the machine, see you have two pipes here. These two, they are for air supply. But no worry, we will put numbers. We will mark these two pipes with numbers and make sure you will connect these two pipes to that valve. You can see the orange and the silver color one, that is the pneumatic valve. I will show you a closer look later. And here you can also see two pipes. They are also for this pneumatic valve. This is the pneumatic valve. So water and air and electricity, these are the three things that the whole system requires. Okay, now let's go to the front face. And so the vacuum emulsifying mixer, let's say tank 1, and this mixer 2, and you notice that only this one, the homogenizer and the vacuum system requires water. This one doesn't need it because it doesn't have a vacuum system. So, and here, this pipe with the white belts, they are because these pipes, they are discharge outlets. And as we discussed before, your product is wax, and wax is easily solidified. So we make this two discharge valve with a heating belt to make sure the pipe is always warm, so your wax won't solidify inside the pipe. And when you are discharging product to the filling machine, you have to open, like we mentioned before, only one tank will be working and will be connecting to the filling machine each time. So for example, when you are filling tank 2, the product of tank 2, open its valve and then close the valve of the tank 1. And how to do this, you can close the valve and open the valve on the top, on the control panel. Later I will show you, which is on the platform. And if you are going to discharge the wastewater after cleaning the tank, also close the valve and then open this one. Then you can discharge the water. The water will come out like this. And when you are going to fill your product, close this valve so the product will go the other way and then get to the filling machine. I think this is quite obvious. And the filling machine also has two automatic valves. These two automatic valves, you don't need to control them on the control panel. They are automatically controlled by the filling machine. When the hopper of the filling machine stop working, when the hopper of the filling machine is getting empty, it will activate the valve automatically to transfer material from the tank. So, for example, if I open the pneumatic valve of tank 1, but if this hopper is still full, so this valve won't open. So the product will just remain in the pipe, and you won't get into the filler. But when the hopper of the filler is empty, the valve will automatically switch on, will open, and then the product will all go passing through into the hopper. So, and when it is almost full, it will stop. It will close the valve automatically. This process you don't have to do manually. And also, let me see. So so here we have the wastewater pipe, which is the same for the homogenizer mixer, and all this wastewater will all be transferred into this big pipe underneath. Then all of them will be gathered together and transferred from there. And this is the condensate water pipe and the trap outlet and the bore valve, which is as same as the water tank and oil tank to discharge the condensate water. And this one is also the same. So, and also you notice that these parts we didn't wrap with the heating belt because these parts we are using soft tube. So this way it's safer. Even if the machine moves, it won't damage the pipe, and so we will not have the leaking problem. 好，先暂停。And this is the pure water pipe, and the tap water pipe that I just mentioned in another video. So you can connect the tap water pipe and then with the tap water, and then on the top here we get another flexible pipe, so we can have the pure water getting into any one of the segments. And the pure water pipe is also the same. You can connect a flexible pipe and then you can manually handle the pipe and then put them on any one of the tanks. And also for this tank, we have a vacuum inlet here, because you bought two pumps, right? And these two pumps, if you want to transfer some material into the tank, you can transfer from here, and place the pump on the ground, and then get a pipe connect to here, and then the pump the material into here. As for this one, for the vacuum emulsifier mixer, it has vacuum system. Vacuum system has negative pressure, so usually when you want to transfer something from the ground, you don't need a pump. You can just connect the material inlet pipe to here, a flexible pipe or any kind of pipe, and then open on the vacuum system, and then turn on this valve, then you will transfer material through this pump, through this inlet. And also for the water tank, I also making one inlet here. And now let me show you each function. First we have the bolt meter and the homogenizer mixer, number one tank. Number one tank is the vacuum mixer, and number two tank is the homogenizer mixer. And this is the temperature control of the number one tank, and its oil tank, water tank. And this small one is oil tank, and the big one is water tank. And the temperature control of the tank but the machine is steam heating, so the temperature for this stage shows the temperature only. When the temperature reaches to the temperature you want, you can turn on the steam inlet here. This is the steam inlet and outlet valve. So and also that there, for each tank we have the valve here, steam valve. So turn on the steam. So this is the tank 1 machine speed adjustment, and let me show you here. And you can screw this one to start the mixing. Let's have a look inside the tank. Maximum speed 65 RPM. And here we have the homogenizer of tank 1, and the homogenizer speed can be adjusted. Let's have a look on the. 有在运作吗？有看到了。So when the homogenizer is working, like I mentioned in another video, make sure the homogenizer is connecting with water. And here we have this vacuum pump. For the vacuum pump, we need to close the cover first. And then, when the vacuum system is working, you can see the vacuum level, vacuum gauge there. Yeah, we have a gauge that shows the vacuum. First of all, I will close the valve, close the cover, make sure it's tight enough, otherwise air will be leaking from the cover. And maybe if you want the work to be easier, you can get a screwdriver or anything else to insert into this hole, and then you can screw it with some tools, so it's easier for you. And when the vacuum system is working, you have to open. Let me check which one it is. 1 second. We will put marks on this pipe. Oh, okay, so these two pipes, one is for spare, which is this one, and this one is for connecting to the vacuum pump. So you need to open this valve. We have the English here. Open is on. On is this way. This way is open. And then close all the other valves. This is already closed, and that is also closed. Close this one too. Okay, now they're all closed, and then we can turn on the system. Okay, so we have handle this first. 可以看到在降吗？有在降吗？ Okay, so you can see the vacuum level is going down. The maximum that you can reach to is minus 0.1. Because here our testing room doesn't have enough water, so the testing will be finished now. And when you need to open the cover, you have to release the vacuum first. You can release it by this one. This has an air inlet inside, so you can get fresh air, clean air into the tank. Open this valve, and the pressure will go back to normal pressure. And this filter will filter all the dust. And the view window, when it's working, you can see everything through this view window. So make sure you have released the vacuum before you open the cover, otherwise you won't be able to open the cover. Okay, and usually when the vacuum reaches to the vacuum level you want, after you turn off the vacuum pump, you also have to close this valve to remain the vacuum inside. Otherwise, air might get through this pipe and get inside to the tank. And this another one, I said it is for spare. You can use it for to input air into the tank if needed. I think your product doesn't need it. For some products, something like hair wax that is easy to be oxidation, then you will need to add some nitrogen air into the tank. Then you can add the pressure through this pipe. Now let me show you the mixer of the tank tube. Okay. Sorry. Let me show you the oil tank and the water tank mixing first. These two tanks, they are oil tank mixing. Okay, and water tank mixing. Okay, and when you want to stop it, just press the red button, and you can see we have a heating here. This heating is for the discharge outlet pipe. In another video, I already showed you the discharge outlet pipe is wrapping with the heating belt. So this is for tank 1, the vacuum emulsifier mixer. Turn it on, and then the discharge pipe will be hot. And this heating too is for the heating belt of the homogenizer mixer. So this tank is the tank 2. And now let me turn on the mixing of this one. And homogenizer. Okay. And so the last two, they are for spare. If you want to connect something like a pump, you can connect them here. And here we have this lighting, which is for the LED light of the vacuum emulsifier mixer. You can see the LED light, like that. And here, these two, they are for the discharge valve, tank 1 and the tank 2. Turn on this valve, then you will open and discharge your material. But these two valves, like I said, they are pneumatic valves, so you have to make sure you connect air for them, compressed air. So here is, and the compressed air inlet is here. The back of this valve, we have a connection. Maybe you won't be able to see it. It's there. And on these cables, you just need to connect them according to the numbers of each cable. We put numbers on each cable. For example, this cable is 26, and that is 25. So connect 25 to 25, and then 26 to 26, and that's all you have to do. It's easy. And for this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these 6 connections, they are for the spare. You don't have to connect anything to them. I will take a photo of these cables. When you receive the machine, connect them according to this photo, or just connect just according to the number. They're both fine. Okay. And I think that would be all for the. So these two, they are the inlet of the filling machine hopper, and each one of them is equipped with the automatic valve, right? And we add the air valve here. So as mentioned, this valve will be connecting with one tank, and this one will be connecting with another tank. And when you are discharging tank product from tank A into this one, screw this to open this valve to have air, so the air can get into the valve to activate the valve. And when you are using this one, you must close this one, the another one. So to close the air valve, it's easy to just screw and tighten this air valve like this until you are not able to screw it. Then this is closed. You must close the two air valves of each this inlet valve. And when you are going to use another, open the another one.